In this video, we are going to see how you can configure Google Analytics 4 account on your Shopify store so you can track e-commerce events such as view item, add to cart, purchase for your users on your store. There are two main options to do this thing. One is using Google's channel that has been introduced on Shopify so you can have a one-click solution for your problems. And the second one is more custom and more robust using Google Tag Manager web and server containers. In this video, we're going for the first option, which is using Google and YouTube sales channel for your Shopify stores to track all the events on your Google Analytics 4 account. This process is fairly simple. However, the main drawback of using Google's built-in channel is that it is not more robust. You can track roughly 60% to 90% of the traffic on your website because most of the stores that are in EU region and users who are using Apple iOS devices won't be tracked through this channel because these ad blockers and iOS ITP restrictions restrict the Google to track any kind of user activities on your store. The solution for this problem is migrating your whole setup from Google's built-in channel to Google Tag Manager web and server container, and that requires a lot more resources, and we will cover that in the next video. There are two prerequisites of this video. You need to have a Shopify store and you need to have a Google Analytics 4 account. If you already have both of these things, you can jump to this timestamp so you can start the video. Otherwise, continue watching. Let's jump into my computer so we can create a new Google Analytics 4 account. Right now, I already have access to a few different accounts. Therefore, I am looking at this intelligent dashboard. However, if you are new to Google Analytics, you can head over to analytics.google.com and it will take you to the screen which we will visit in a few minutes. If you already have a property, you can just head on the bottom left corner and click on admin. Then click the blue button which says create account. If you are completely new, you will be represented with this screen where you are going to enter a name for your account. Let's create a dummy company called Tracking Academy and hit next. Here you are going to enter the URL of your website. I'm going for trackingacademy.com. Select the country and hit next. This is optional. However, you can select one of these options and hit next. Shopify store is basically an e-commerce store, so we are going for drive online sales option. If you are using this for only landing pages, you can select generate leads. But as Shopify comes with built-in e-commerce system, so we are going to go for drive online sales and hit create. You can accept the user's terms and hit accept. Now we have created a Google Analytics 4 property for this account. Similar to Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics also have the similar structure. You have one account level and then you have the property level. One account can have multiple properties and one property can be set up on multiple websites. However, it is really advisable that you only have one property for one business. For example, if you have one Shopify store and you have one unbound pages where you are redirecting the traffic from unbound pages to Shopify, you can have the same Google Analytics property on both of these websites so you can link them later with cross-domain tracking. We will cover cross-domain tracking in the later videos. We can hit skip for now. This is a little bug right now that you cannot create the web stream directly, but we will go with this process in the next step. Click on continue to home. Right now we don't have any traffic on the website, therefore you don't see the intelligent dashboard we were seeing previously. You can click on the web directly here or click on the admin where you can create a data stream. Data stream is just like a pipeline that brings data from the Shopify store to your Google Analytics 4 account. Under the property column, click on data streams and then you can create a different stream for your business. If you have a mobile application along with the Shopify store, you need to create two separate data streams. You don't need two separate Google Analytics accounts. You can send the data from the mobile application and your website directly to the same account. As Shopify is a web platform, we are going to go with the web, enter the name of the website and hit create stream. Once your stream has been created, this is what your measurement ID looks like. You need to remember this ID or you can copy it because we will be using this one for the installation purposes. Now head over to your Shopify store. On your Shopify store, we are going to first create a new online channel that is going to be Google and YouTube. You can hit on sales and channel and then you can search for Google and YouTube. If you already have installed this, then the settings will open up. However, if this is the first time you are going to install this on your store, it will take you to the App Store. Click on install. What this has done is it has downloaded a new sales channel for Google and YouTube directly on your Shopify store, which will help us with one-click connection with Google Analytics 4 property. We are going to authorize the app so it can connect properly with all the settings of the store. Awesome. Now, as we have connected the store with our account, you can notice that by directly it has connected the most recent created property with our store. However, in your case, if this has not been connected, you can just simply click on disconnect, or if it has been connected with an incorrect store, you can hit disconnect and then search for the property that you own. So once you have selected the property, hit connect, and this is all you have to need to do. This one click has connected your Google Analytics 4 property with your Shopify store. Now you can visit your Shopify store to see if the property is working alright or not. You can download this extension for Google Chrome, which will tell you if there is any global site tag. Global site tag is used by Google to launch different kind of tags on your website. Each time a user visits a page view event is fired. Let's navigate to a few different pages just to see if everything is working alright or not. Head over back to the analytics account, go to the home page. On this intelligent home data stream, now you see that it says your data is being collected now, and in the real-time view, you can see that a user has been activated. Click on the view report so you can view detailed events that are coming inside the view. We are already looking at some of the e-commerce events such as view item. Let's do one test purchase to make sure everything is working alright. Now, as we are on our store, let's add the item to the cart. Let's view the cart. Let's hit begin checkout. So far there should be 3 events on our analytics account: view item, add to cart, view cart, and begin checkout. Let's see how many events we have tracked so far. So add to cart has been tracked. You can click on this next button to see the other events. View item event has been recorded. Begin checkout event has also been recorded. However, view cart event is not enabled in this default configuration. You might also notice that view item list event is also not enabled in this configuration. Let's just create a test dummy user to make a test conversion. Now an event for added shipping info should have fired. At this stage, after adding the information, the event add payment info will fire. I'm using a test cart, so therefore this information is just dummy. Now we are being redirected to the final thank you page where the purchase event will fire. Let's head back to the analytics account to see if everything is working alright or not. On our analytics account, we can see that add payment info event has been received. The purchase event has also been received, and add shipping event has not fired because we did not set up an shipping address for this thing. So the 2 events that are not working for all the stores are view item list and view cart. Other than that, all the events are working fine for the store. There is, however, one issue if you are using any kind of upsell tracking, and let's discuss that issue after making an upsell purchase on the store. I have activated an upsell tracking app on the store, so let's head back to the website to see how the store behaves when we have an upsell system. Let's view an item, add it to the cart. Let's check out directly because we don't need to go to the cart right now. Let's create a second test order. Let's hit continue to shipping. Let's hit add payment. Let's add the bogus cart so we can accept the payments. When you have an upsell on the store, so rather than being redirected directly to the final thank you page, you are introduced with 2 different products in midway where you have the option to accept or reject the upsell event. So right now, what I'm going to do is accept this upsell. So right now, one purchase event has already fired when we landed on the upsell page, and now the second purchase event has fired. And now we are on the final thank you page. Let's head back to the analytics and see if we have received 3 purchase events or not. So now in the analytics account, you can see that we have only received 2 purchase events. And let me show what the issue is right here. So if you go back to the transaction IDs, you might notice that there are 2 long digit transaction IDs. The reason that the second purchase event did not got tracked is not due to the tracking issue. Basically, your Shopify store did trigger a purchase event. However, it triggered the purchase event with the same transaction ID, which is this one. However, when the same transaction ID was received in the GA4 store, it deduplicated the event and ignored the second request. In simple words, the first purchase event also had the same transaction ID, and the second purchase event also had the same transaction ID which came in through the upsell. However, Google has introduced a new feature for deduplication based on transaction ID, and one of the upsell transaction ID was drop. The simple solution for this one is to update the transaction ID and create a new purchase event on the final thank you page in the orders thread script. That solution is not covered in this video because that requires some of the JavaScript skills. However, if you are interested in that, click on this link and it will redirect you to the page where you can find more details on how to track this additional purchase event for upsell tracking. The only drawback of this system is you cannot track all the users, and if you want to make sure that your tracking is 90% to 95% more accurate, you can shift to Google Tag Manager client and server-side tracking. To view that tutorial, you can click right here and view that video. Until then, have a good day. Goodbye.